Right, so looking at the different site types, was there anything that stood out to you, either positive or negative?
Yeah, e-commerce looks quite good. There's loads of pictures.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it looks quite good. There's quite clean layout to it. Sort of similarly, the portfolio one looks quite good in the same sort of way. Loads of pictures, quite a lot of information you can see on there. Out of the two, I'd probably pick e-commerce. Any more?
Okay, alright. So for you, the e-commerce is definitely the one that stands out the most?
Yeah, I'd say that one's the best looking one.
Okay. Okay, so looking at the different design styles, again, is there anything that stood out to you, positive or negative, and why is that?
Distress looked quite negative. There's a bit too much on the page. It sort of seems a bit of a mess.
Were you looking at the pink one in particular?
Yeah, the pink one and this one here, the grey and
The one next
greeny
to it?
one, yeah.
Okay.
Just doesn't look very good. Illustrated looks very nice. It's well arranged. Got good pictures on there. And you can sort of see what is on the website. So the same with photographic. Photographic uses proper real photos instead of images. So depending on what you wanted to do, that might be a good way to go.
How do you feel about the giant type? Because the point is supposed to be, by using giant font on the home page, it indicates exactly what the website is. Do you feel that it achieves that?
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, some of them, they don't really look like you'd want to read them because the writing's just sort of a bit weird. It looks more like a slogan. But yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so again, sites by theme. What stands out to you the best?
Sites by theme. I don't like old paper. It's not very good.
Okay, why is that? Does it look too old-fashioned?
Yeah, it's old-fashioned. It's like if you want to look at an old paper, get an old paper.
Well, that makes sense. If you want to
Would, to be fair.
Would, to be fair. Okay. A lot of people have pointed out this example. How do you feel about this one?
Yeah, it looks alright. It looks quite simple and like quite clean.
Mm-hmm. Is that an important element for it to look clean for you?
Yeah, you want it to look professional, definitely. Yeah, splatters doesn't make it look very professional. It just looks like.
Does that look amateur, do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you normally associate with a website like that uses splatters?
Like a uni student, pretty much. I mean, no, you're a uni student, but you want to do something a bit more advanced than that. You want to try and branch out, distinguish yourself. So I wouldn't really go for something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Location based. I think the idea is that they're trying to incorporate a location that you're familiar with to make you feel more comfortable, or a location that you've not been before to make it a unique experience. Do you think that's something that would be effective?
Depends on the people you want to be targeting with it.
Alright, so what's next? Is there anything else that stood out?
Not in the theme section. Sites by colour now. I don't think so. I mean, with colour, it sort of depends on your preference, really. And you want it to match up with what you're doing. What's your website going to be on?
It's going to be on helping people fix any audio problems in post and learn how to record sound professionally. Okay, so are there any other colours that stood out to you?
Blue stands out quite well because it looks sort of quite professional, quite chilled out. It's a very neutral colour. And it looks like it has like positive connotations. No, brown's absolutely terrible. It's boring.
Okay, and why's that? Like, what don't you like about it?
It's just it's just not associated with it much really. It's just quite a boring colour. Nothing really pops out on it. Any dark colours really. You want brighter colours. Blue's probably the best one.
Okay, alright. What don't you like about the darker colours?
You just can't really see much what's going on. Nothing really pops out. Doesn't look like something that looks like much effort's been put into. It's just like I'll just have a black website. No thought's been really put into the colour of it.
Okay.
I think having one colour is better than having a couple of colours because it just keeps everything consistent.
What do you think about pink and blue?
What's that? Pink and blue. Yeah, pink and blue's nice. The colours complement each other quite well. Sort of gives everything an offbeat feel.
Alright, okay. Okay, so looking at the different site elements, was there anything that stood out to you?
Around the corners look good because they sort of make the site seem a bit more approachable. Yeah. I don't think dates and calendars are really necessary unless you highlight in upcoming events or anything like that, which I don't think you would be. Tags. Oh shit. Like any of these. No, I just like the rounded corners in terms of elements that can be implemented.
Okay. Okay, so in terms of the different site structures, is there anything that stands out to you? Again, positively or negatively?
I don't like horizontal scrolling
Okay, why is that?
because that's just not a sort of natural thing. You're always used to scrolling down vertically. I mean, you can only scroll the middle thing of the mouse up and down anyway.
Yeah.
Tabs are very good. Keep everything in check. You know where everything is, what you can open.
Okay. When you use tabs, do you tend to find that it's easier if you have a drop-down list, or do you prefer like having a horizontal like sub-bar, which would you find more useful?
No, drop-down lists would be much better, I think, because if you're having a completely new sidebar, it's just going to shift everything on the website down. It's going to make you lose track of where you were.
Do you find it annoying you have to kind of make the cursor go like left?
Yeah,
and
you can just if it's just a drop-down list, you've barely got to move it at all, and you can just click straight on what you want to go to next.
Okay. All right. Was there anything else that stood out to you? Again, anything that you didn't like or really liked?
Tiny, definitely not tiny.
Okay.
You can barely see anything what's on the page.
So it's not user
And
friendly.
it's just got a lot of wasted space around there.
Mhm.
What's the point?
Okay.
Massive footers can be useful to get sort of supplementary information on where things have come from, sort of contact information, if that was something that needs to be on there.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
All right. All right. Are there any positive aspects of web design or using a website that you think we didn't cover?
No, I think that book was pretty in depth.
All right, that's no fair enough. Was there any negative aspects that you think we didn't cover? Anything that you find kind of frustrating?
Sometimes with the tabs and the drop downs, it has a habit of going back up on its own
Yeah.
when I haven't clicked on what I want to click on yet.
Do you find it even when like you're on the drop down list and you move your cursor just off it?
Yeah, even just slightly off it. If you don't follow the correct path, just a tiny bit, it's just going to go back up.
Do you find it annoying when they have music playing? It's fucking awesome.
Yes, if I want music playing, I'll play it myself.
Okay, alright. Why do you turn to websites? Do you use it for entertainment or do you use it for like research purposes?
Research.
Research?
Yeah.
Okay. Any technical research?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Alright. So could you just briefly describe your experience with sound in production?
I've done a bit of sound recording, a bit of Foley work, a little bit of sound mixing, but I've never been very good at that.
Okay, so you think those aspects need a bit of improving?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so what do you find most difficult with the sound?
I'm not very good at applying effects to it, and when it comes to post, make it better.
So is there anything you wish that you could do with sound?
If I had a bit more scientific knowledge of sound, a bit of a better understanding of it, I could sort of fix any problem without going back to like look at things. I'll know what I'm doing. I can do it straight away. Also on the technical side.
All right. How would you compare your skills to an industry professional?
Probably about 5 or 6 out of 10.
All right. And is there anything that you wish you could get from a website that informs you about sound?
Wish I could get a better understanding about cinematic applications of sound. Probably video tutorials would be the best help for that sort of thing, I think.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'm recording now. Okay, so looking at the different site types, you've had a chance to look through. Is there anything that stands out to you, either positively or negatively?
I really like the e-commerce.
Okay.
Good. I've just been looking at the store purevolume.com, and it's got like quite a. I'm drawn to that one because it's like got all the pictures of the different like clothes and the price, and I just think it's laid out really well.
Okay, you're looking at Pure Volume, is that the one you're looking
Yeah,
at?
Pure Volume.
Okay. So you like visual signifiers, really? That's what you...
Yeah, that one stands out to me the most. I think that looks
Okay.
really good. And it's got like... like the way that it goes like dark and light, I just think it looks really good.
Yeah. Okay, alright. Are there any other good examples of e-commerce that you can see there?
Yeah, the Jungle Crazy one as well, because it's kind of got like a similar effect. It's got like the pictures and the prices. So it shows you exactly what you're looking at. So you don't have to like flick through and like time waste. It just shows you exactly what you want to see.
What shape do you like the pictures to be? Because they're rectangle and they're square, which...
I mean, they look better in rectangle, to be honest. I think it looks more like... fits in better, whereas the square ones just look a little bit like boring and plain. Like, I do think that looks quite good actually.
Yeah. Is there any other type of site that you were drawn to?
The photography sites were really good as well.
Okay, and why is that?
They just like the way that they've like captured all the different pictures. They just look really good. Like there's the Nick Nichols one, and they've got like the square pictures at the bottom, and then it's got like a picture with like all the writing around it, and the way it just looks really like arty and different. And the other one, the Little Hellos one, it's got like different like colours, and the way that they've done it just looks really good.
Okay, great. Okay, looking at the different design styles in the next chapter. So we just turn to the orange section. Is there anything that stands out to you, either positively or negatively? Take as long as you need to look through.
I'm looking at the retro.
Okay, and why is that?
The target scope hosting, and everything like fits in. Like this colours matches really well. It's got like white writing which stands out really bright, so I'm drawn to that one.
Okay. Is there another design style that you like as well? How about the minimalist? A lot of people have mixed opinions on this. Some like the aspect that it's stripped back. Some think looks a bit too plain. How do you feel about this one?
Well, personally, I wouldn't be very drawn to this. I think it's quite boring and plain. I'd rather something be a little bit more colourful, which more excites me to read it.
What impression would this give? Like, if this was an institutional site, this was a site for a business.
It's more like...
What impression does it give you?
It's more like formal rather than informal. Whereas all the others are like colourful with pictures and quite random, whereas this is just really like plain and simple and very formal.
So formality is a negative for you?
Well, it depends. If it's a marketing and sales, I wouldn't be drawn to this. This is more information.
Would you click back and choose another site because you're that put off by that type of site?
It depends what I was looking for.
Okay. All right. Okay. Again, is there anything else that really catches your eye?
No, that's it.
No?
The 3-dimensional, I think that looks really good because it's quite different.
I think the idea is it's supposed to make you feel like you're looking into 3-dimensional space to make your eyes feel more comfortable. Do you think it has that effect? Do you think it feels more comfortable for you?
Yeah, definitely. it looks like some of the pages on here, like the cube design, it's quite plain, but it still looks quite good.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like the grey and then the yellow, which the cube is like 3-dimensional,
Okay.
and it looks very like modern.
What about this this one with the pictures, the actual photographs laid out? Do you feel that demonstrates 3D and a lot of wide space as well?
Yeah, that looks really good actually. It's clever how they've done that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Moving on. Was there any of the designs that felt needed to be mentioned?
The nature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
What
on
was
the
that?
nature one. I was looking at the 300k, and it's got like a photo of a plant in someone's hands, and the way like the colour schemes like completely match. The picture's like green and grey, whereas the writing's like green and grey as well, and it looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Consistency.
Yeah. So like the photo like mirrors the text as well.
Do you think it gives like a fresh look because green is associated with, nature and stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, obviously the theme's nature. Okay. Are there any other themes that you like? How about how about old paper? People have mixed feelings about this.
I suppose it's not that bad, but again, I wouldn't like particularly be drawn to it because all the colours are quite grey, brown, and black. It's quite a little bit boring.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I like something that's like colourful and like arty. Whereas these are just very plain and simple. But I suppose that could have like a good effect on some people, but I don't really enjoy looking at these.
Okay. Again, are there any other themes that you think need to have attention? How about wood? How did you feel about that?
Sorry, 1 second.
How about this one at the bottom, in the bottom left corner? How does that make you feel?
Again, it's quite plain. Very plain and simple, as it's got just the normal brown and grey colour, so it's very dull.
Okay. You don't feel that wood has a warm, natural theme?
Yeah, it has got a very natural theme to it, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
As those are very natural colours.
Okay. All right, great. Let's move on to the next chapter, which will be colours. Okay, so looking at the different colour schemes, were there any things that stood out to you?
Yeah, the pink. I was looking at the digital devotion, and it's like everything's basically pink or dark pink.
Okay.
It's very like girly, so I suppose this would only catch the attention of mainly girls, whereas boys probably wouldn't really be sat there looking at a girl's website.
Right.
But it seems very approachable, and everything's mirrored with the colour scheme, and it looks very neat and professional. Also, I was looking at the blue, and I think it looks very calm and very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Could you just expand on that and just talk about maybe some of the examples in particular that really stand out to you? Some people have said they like a paler blue, some people say they like a darker blue.
I prefer the pale blue because I think it's more calming, and very warm.
Warm?
Yeah.
Okay. You think pale blue is warm?
Well, no, not warm, but like fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Okay. It has a positive impact on you, is what you're saying.
Yeah, a very positive impact blue. The colour blue is very positive. The one that I was looking at was the
Which one are you looking at?
that one,
The one in the top left. Yeah.
Centrigy.
Okay. Centrifuge. Yep. Okay. Great.
Because I think it looks very professional. It's got the at the top. It's got the icons, and everything is. They're all like the same colour, just like lighter blue, and then it's got white. So both of the colours are quite like calm colours.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. All right, let's move on to the next chapter. Okay, so looking at the different site elements, again, is there anything that really stood out to you? How do you feel about icons?
I think the icons look really good. The photos are very professionally done.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at Alexa graphics,
Uh-huh.
and the colours are very similar.